Okay, so we are live for day 2 of the 10-day challenge. Uh, First of all, let me know your experience with the previous session and the work you have done. In fact, I got amazing response in terms of LinkedIn post. I have seen so many assignments, and at one point I thought, did I did the right thing or the wrong thing by doing this? Hold on, let me just reduce the volume of my phone. Yeah, so it was a bit weird, because there are so many assignments to check, so much of things to track, and it was amazing. But I want everyone to join this session, and what I will do is I will just wait for 2 minutes because YouTube does take 2 minutes to share. Even before that, let me set the agenda for today. So basically, we are going to build a project in Java. Now, see, it's not about how big your project is or how complex your project is. It's all about understanding how do you think when you make a project. Okay, it's all about thinking. It's all about working on something. Okay, so we are going to build a project, and this will be a project based on a product. So how do you manage a product? Now, basically, in my office, there are so many things. In fact, when I used to work alone at my home or at my office, I had a small team. Okay, so I was only one, and then someone used to be there to manage everything. Especially Harsh was there. And now, since we got a good office, we got a lot of machines in the office now for different purpose, for some for development, some for videos, some for editing, and some used by the admin team, right? So there are so many things. In fact, I wanted to show you the entire walkthrough of my office and so many things. What happens, at this point now, uh, there are certain things in my office which we use regularly. Example, the laptops, the sound system, the AC remote. These are frequently used things, right? But let's say there are certain things which we don't use often. Example, cables, the C to C cable, HDMI cables. There are one or two laptops which are lying in the drawer, which I use sometime. Depending if I want to travel somewhere, I want to carry a lightweight laptop. Or if we want to do some testing of some software, some service, we use a different machine there, right? And those are there in the drawer. Now, what happens is the moment I need something, I will ask Harsh, "Hey Harsh, I need that particular thing," and then it take normally 10-15 minutes for Harsh to search in the end all the drawers where that thing went. And I thought, let's solve the problem. Okay, so Harsh, are we solving your problem today?
Yeah.
So basically, let's create an application, a console-based application, because we have not learned the GUI or web development till this point. So let's create a console-based application where we'll try to track the product. So where that product exactly is. Is it in the drawer? Is it on the table? And we can basically search a product where it is. We can basically search for a particular type of product. Let's say I want to search the laptops in the office, or in that particular drawer, what other things are there. So we want to know, and let me know if it happens with you as well at your home. Uh, you know, before my marriage, I used to keep things here there, and then I used to find it very easily. But after I got married, now everything at my home is that exact place. Nail cutter should be here. The clothes should be here, right? And then since they are properly organized, now I find things difficult to find. Yeah, so let me know if it happens with you as well. So that's what we are going to do in this session. So who is Harsh? Harsh is the Telusko manager. He manages everything in the office. In fact, they wanted to see you, Harsh. Okay, cool. No issue. We'll have a separate vlog. In fact, if you want to know who is Harsh, you can check out Navin Reddy vlogs, and you will get to know. But yeah, so I wanted everyone to join this session. So let's start the session in next 2 minutes. So let's take a break for 2 minutes, and then we'll start. Okay, I think enough people joined and the YouTube has sent the notification, I guess. So before we start, I want that like button. So hit that like button so that I will know people are watching this and they are excited for this session. Okay, cool. I can see like buttons, like number of likes are going up. Good job, everyone. Okay, I also wanted to mention the type of assignments I got. In fact, we'll take a break after 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then I will show you the posts on LinkedIn and on YouTube. People are literally participating, and I hope you are enjoying the process of learning and sharing your knowledge. See, it's not just about helping yourself, it's about helping the community, right? So thank you so much everyone for doing this and being a part of this 10-day challenge. Now with this, let's get started. So what exactly we are trying to build here? So let me share my screen, okay? I just need to log into my, okay. So basically we are going to build a product management application. Now in this application, what we want to manage is products, right? Now, let's say if a client comes to you by saying, okay, I want an application to manage the products. Now what you will do, so basically you will have something like this, right? Okay, let me just hold on a minute. Okay, so if a user comes to you by saying, okay, I want a product-based application, right? Now, what you do is, especially in language like Java, and when you are working with database concepts, you need to basically create entities. Now, what are entities? If you heard about Java, everything in Java is object, right? So if you want to imagine something, always imagine them in terms of object. Now, if we talk about a product, even product is an object, right? So a product will have certain things. So example, if I talk about a product here, now this is one of my entity, product. Yeah, this is my entity basically. Okay, let me just write in the bracket. This is my entity, right? And for this entity, of course, every object or the entity will have some properties. Of course, it will also have behavior. Example, if you talk about your computer, that behaves some way, right? In the same way, if we talk about, let's say something like a camera also behaves, but it also has a property, right? So if we talk about a product, it will have certain properties. Now, what properties I want? Of course, we can have different properties to a product, but just to classify for this particular example, let's say we have a name for a product. So a product will have a name. A product will have a type of product. Let's say if we talk about my machines, those are computers, right? The Mac Studio, which I'm using here, is a computer. If we talk about cables, the type C cable, that's a cable, right? We can also have something like a mouse. Example, if I'm using this particular mouse here, which is Apple mouse. Now this is a mouse. Yeah, so that's a type. Next we can have is the place where it is stored. Okay, so example, if I want to find something, I want to find where is the Asus laptop, Asus VivoBook. Basically, that's one of my old machine which I was using, but it is now used for the development purpose. So if I want to find where that machine is, I should be able to find it, right? It can be on different tables, it can be in different drawers. So I need a place. And also, I also want a warranty. You know, this is the problem which you face when you have multiple devices. When you have only one or two devices with you, you actually remember, okay, for this particular mobile phone, I have this warranty. For this particular laptop, I have this warranty. But let's say if I have so many machines in my office, I want to know if I go for a product, I want to know the warranty of it so that I can claim it. What if the laptop is not working? At least I will know if it's under warranty or not. Okay. Yeah, we can also have color. We can also have the owner who owns that particular product, right? Yeah, makes sense, right? We can have all these properties. But just to keep it simple, let's work with this 4, and then you can also mention, when you do this project, you can also add some extra things to it. So that's my entity, right? Okay, now if you want to implement this in programming, how will you do it? So let's get back to our code. This is our coding screen, right? And in this particular coding screen, what we're going to do is, we will write the code so that you can achieve the thing. You can manage the products, right? Okay. So what I will do is I will go back here, and this is the IDE which I'm using. And one of the questions which I got yesterday was about which IDE to use. And the thing is, you can use any particular IDE which you want. You want to use IntelliJ, that's your choice, IntelliJ IDEA. You can use Eclipse, you can use NetBeans, you can use VS Code, your choice. Okay, IDE is not something which you should stick to. I use different IDEs on different machines. If I want to make a YouTube video, I normally go for VS Code because that's very lightweight and most of you are already using it. If I want to use, just a second, let me just set the layout first. Yeah, this looks, no, I just need to get the build as well. Yeah, so if I want to build a project, normally I use IntelliJ IDEA to build a project because it gives you different features. Yeah, and so again, you can use any IDE. Okay, cool. Yeah. So what I will do now is I got a project which is product demo, and in this I have this SRC file which is empty at this point. Let's create our first file, and this will be a file of main. Now, why it is main is because the execution will start from this particular class. And of course, when I say this is a main class, I also need a main method because I want to start the execution, right? That's something we will do here. Apart from this, I also need one more file for the entities, right? So I will go back here. Let's say if you don't know why you should create a class for the entity, think about this. If I want to manage a product, and since we have already mentioned all the products here. Okay, just a second. Hush, iPad is not charging. Let me check. If it is connected, don't remove it. Connected, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so what I was saying is, let's say if I want to manage a product. So how will you do it? Of course, you can create variables, right? We have mentioned all the variables here. If you can see, we have a name, we have a type, we have a place, we have warranty. Now this can be your variables as well. So I can simply come back here and I can say string product, or maybe I can say string name one. Since we have different products, we can have name one, and I can have my first product as Asus VivoBook, which is the laptop. And then I can say string type one is equal to, what is this type? This is particular laptop. And then I can say string place one, and this is sitting on a brown table. So basically in our office we have colorful tables. I'm using a white table. The table which I use for the development purpose, that's a black table. The development team developer sets on the brown table, right? And editing team, I'm not sure which. Okay, it's also brown. Yeah. Okay. So is it white?
White and brown.
White and brown. Okay. Cool. So I can say a brown table, right? And then I can say string. What is warranty? Warranty one, and I can say this is okay. Warranty should be integer, right? So let's say this is 2024 or 2022. I guess the warranty is already over. So we can have these values here. Okay, this is not string, this is int. Yeah. And then for a different product, now this is one product, right? What is a different product now we can have? What do you think? If I want to have a different product, let's say a mouse, how do you specify that? Of course, I can just simply copy this and paste it here. And this will be product 2 or name 2, type 2, place 2, and warranty 2. Of course, you can change the value to Apple mouse, and then type is mouse. Where it is sitting on the white table, and then the warranty, you can mention that. So do you think this is a good idea to have different variables like this? Or we can create a separate class where you can have the types, and instead of having 4 types here, we can have 1 type which is product. Of course, right, in object-oriented programming, it's all about creating an object or a class, right? So if you want to create an object, you create a class first. So in Java, basically, if you want an object, you create a class. So I will right click here and I will say new class, and I will name this class as a product, which also represents an entity. Okay. And I forgot to do one more thing. So today we are focusing on building this product as a console-based application. So because whatever output you will get is on the console. But of course, in this current era, we don't do that, right? What we want is a web application, a GUI, or some way to interact with the application. So what we'll do is, today we are going to build this on a console. Tomorrow, we'll build this on the, tomorrow let's try to connect with database, because today we're not going to use database. We are going to simply have the data somewhere in the application itself. Tomorrow, let's convert that into a database. And then if we have enough time, we can also create a server to it. Okay, so yeah, so we can have a website development. So we will shift the entire application to a normal application to a web application. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Okay, so here what we can do is we can create those variables. So what are the variables we have? We have name, type, place, and warranty. So I can simply come back here. I can say print a private string name, and then we can have private. Why I'm using private is because in Java we have concept of encapsulation. So all your variables or properties which you say should be private, and the only way to access them. So what is the only way to access them? That's right. So the only way to access them is with the help of getters and setters. So I can say string name, then we have string type, then private string place, and private int warranty. See, for warranty, we can actually go for the exact date as well. But then just to keep it simple, let's go for the year only. Okay, so you can see we got a class here, which is public, and the name is product, and we have 4 variables. And if you want to follow the concept of object-oriented programming, we also need a constructor. So maybe I want to create an object by passing all these values, and maybe I want to create an object by not passing any value. So I need a constructor. So I can, you don't have to type the constructor. You can simply right click here, and you can say generate. And you can click on I want a constructor. So if you want a default constructor, you can say select none, and you got a constructor. But I also want a constructor which can take parameters. So I can say generate constructor with all the variables, and click on OK. And you can see we got a constructor with all the variables. Next, we also need a getters and setters. So basically, these are the methods using which you can assign the values and fetch the value. Because all these things are private, right? So the only way to access them outside this class, because see, this is a different class, mini is a different class. So if I want to access them, I can simply create getters and setters. So I will say generate getter setter for all the variables, and OK, right? Our job is done. Okay, if I go back to main, now I don't want to assign values like this, right? So what I can simply do is I can come back here, and I can create an object of product. I can say product P is equal to new product. So we got the object, and then I can simply print this object. So tell me, yeah, of course, Akash says we can use here Lombok as well. So let me try to do Lombok tomorrow. So once this is over, because this will take a lot of time, tomorrow we'll try to do Lombok as well. Okay, cool. So if I try to print this, what will be the output? Of course, let me just run this code to see what happens. We can just click here, say run main. So you can see it is printing something weird. It's printing some hash values and the name of the class. We don't want it, right? We want to print the values. So whatever value this P has, the product has, I want to print it. And to achieve that, we can use something called a toString method. So in Java, if you want to print an object and if you want to print the values of it, you can just right click here and say generate toString for all these values. And now what we are doing is every time you try to print the object or reference, it will call the toString method, and it will print something like this. So let me try. I will just run this code once again, and you can see we got the object, and the output is something like this. You know what I will do? Okay, let's keep it there itself. So you can say it is printing the product, name is null, type is null, place is null, warranty is 0. It's because we are taking the default values. So basically when I create this product, I should add some values here, right? So we can do that. Okay, but let's do that differently. Let's say I have some products with me and I want to add them. Now we can do that in main as well. But then in software development, there's a concept of delegation. What you do is you don't do everything by yourself. In fact, let's say if you're working for a big company, and we always have these questions. Let me know if you're working on a company and you feel that you do all the work and your manager is doing nothing. Do you have the same thoughts? Let me know. So if you feel your manager is doing nothing, then you're wrong. It's because, okay, there are some managers who does nothing, but then managing people is a very difficult task. In fact, in my office, even if I have less number of employees, it consumes a lot of my energy just to manage the team, just to manage the work. But then we have this idea of delegation, right? So from the upper management, if there's a decision made, it will be assigned to the lower people who are lower on that tree. And then these people who are managers assign the work to the people who are actually working. Example, developers, testers, admin people, right? So that's how you do it, right? So we have the hierarchy. So that's delegation. So we delegate the work. In the same way, if you want to do all those things, we want to add the products, we want to search our product. I don't want to write all the logic on main. So main should be simply saying, okay, add this product. Main says, give me the product. The actual logic will be somewhere else. And that's where we'll write the actual logic. The actual logic of all this thing will be going in a separate file. So I will right click here on source and you will say create a new class. And I will call this class as a product service. Okay. Now this class is responsible to do all the things. So logic should be here. Of course, you can write the logic in main, but then let's follow the concept of delegation here. So let's delegate the work. How do you do it? How do you delegate a work? So of course, I want this to do everything, right? So what I will do is I will say, create the object of product service here. So product service. Let's name this as a service itself, equal to new product service. Right. Yeah. So yeah, we can also say this is a service layer. So when you move to the web development or enterprise development thing, this is called a service, right? A service layer. Cool. Okay. Now to this service, I will say, hey service. I will say, hey service, add the products. Okay. How will you do it? So I can simply say service dot add product. So I want service to give me this option of adding a product. But service says, unfortunately, I don't have any method in this class which says add product. So what we can do is we can go back to service and let's create a method. So public void add product. Right. Just a second. Yeah. So add product, and in this it will add the product. But then where is the product and where to add? Now basically, since we have multiple products, right? We don't have one product. In my office we have, I don't know. We'll calculate one day how many items we have. There are so many items which I think is of no use. There is air freshener sitting there. Okay, we have used it from a long time. When was the last time we have used air freshener? Maybe last month. So let's say we have so many items in the office, right? So many products. How do you store them? Where do you store them? Of course, it should be stored in a database, but then in today's session, we're not talking about it. So one place where you can store all the products is a list. So we can create a list of products. Now, people who are finding this difficult to understand, see, we are basically building project, right? I'm not teaching you basic Java here. If you're still confused, there's an entire playlist on Java. And yeah. So I can say list, I want a list here. control thing. Yeah. Okay. So we have to also import the package, the list package, or list class, list interface from this package. And let me name this as products equal to, and I can say new. Okay, now list is an interface. So the class is add a list. So we got a list of products here. Yeah. Okay, so I will add the product in this thing. So how do I add? It's very simple. Get the products, and in this, now since products is a list here, right? So we have so many methods there. So we got products.add, and we can add a product. But which product? We can't simply say add product and it will add. We have to basically pass the object of a product. So here, in this add product, I have to pass the object. So what I can do is I can say product P is equal to new product, and this product will have some values. Now what values I want? The first one I want is, let's say Asus, let's go for that, Asus Vivo book, and this goes in a type, this is of type laptop. The next thing we have to mention is, okay, we got, yeah, place, where it is set. So it's on the brown table, and what's the warranty is 2022, right? Yeah. So if you can see, this is the product which I have created. Now, once you got this product object, I can simply pass it here. So what I'm passing is, I'm passing this P. So if you can see, I'm passing a product reference to this add product. Now the same product will go to product service, and we have to accept it here. So I will say product P again, and just add a P. Our job is done. Does it make sense now? Okay, so we have added one product, but then we have so many products, right? So we have to create those many number of objects here and add it, right? So we can do that. Just to simplify the work, what I've did is, I've created this Sublime file. Okay, why is not opening? Yeah. So basically I have, okay, before doing that, I can do one more thing. So don't you think, instead of adding P here, we can simply take the entire thing from here and paste here. So we don't have to create a reference. We can simply create the object with the help of new keyword and add it to the add product. Does it make sense? Yeah. And since we have so many products here, what we can do is I can simply copy the entire stuff and replace with this. Okay, it will save our time, right? So I've added all the products, and you can see we got all the products here. Now, if you try to get this list will have this number of products. I'm not sure how many products we have, 15 maybe? Yeah. Yeah, these are the anonymous object. So what are the things we have? We have a type C, which is a cable, which is there in the black drawer. We have a Mac Studio, which is a computer sitting on the white table. We got this mixer, the audio mixer, which is there. It's audio system, white table. Then we got Vivo book, which is laptop, brown drawer. Then we got Asus ROG machine, laptop, it's on black table. Then we got MacBook Pro, laptop, brown drawer. The Wacom pad, where we can write. It's a writing pad, a black drawer. And then list goes on. You can see we have keyboard, Logitech keyboard, HDMI cable, Java Blackbook, Logitech mouse, Apple mouse, Lenovo mouse, and Blackbeast. Now this Blackbeast is basically a machine which is used for the editing machine. We have named it as a Blackbeast. It's a computer on a white table. Okay, so cool. Does it make sense? We got all the products here. Now let's say once I got all the products, I want to let's say I want to print all the products. How will you do that? How will you print all the products? Come on. It's very simple. You can say, hey service, get all products. It's as simple as that. Okay. If you want something, just ask for it. We are saying service, get me all the products. But service says, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you want to do that, go back to product and here create a method which will give you all the products, right? But my question is, when you are returning all the products, what should be return type? When you return all the products, what should be the return type? So the return type is list of product, right? We are not returning one product, we're returning all the products. So we have to say public list product, and then we can say method name is get all products. And then we have to return here. Now what we want to return. So where do we have all the products? In this products here, right? So simply return products. Our job is done. Right? So I can just go back to main and here, now you can see there's no error, it is just a warning. Now since get all products will give you the list of products, what you can do is you can accept it here. So I can say I'm getting a list of product and we'll name it as products equal to. So basically get all products will give you the list of products. Does it make sense? Okay. Now, once we got this list, how do you print it? There are multiple ways of printing a list. You can simply say sout and you can say products and it will print all the products. Let's try. So I will just run this and let's see what it prints. It prints the list. So you can see this is the first product. And if I have to scroll, this is my second product. And if I scroll, this is my third product and scroll and list goes on. But instead of printing that in one line, I want to print it one by one. So what you can do is we can use a loop here and specifically we can use enhance for loop. Just write all these terms. Okay, so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, if you want to watch the video later, the concept video. So example, let's say if you don't know what is enhance for loop, just write it down. After this session, I want to learn about enhance for loop. Then after this session, just go to YouTube and search for enhance for loop and you will get my video there. Watch it and hit that like button. Okay, here also and in that video. Okay. So I will say product, this is how you use enhance for loop. So I will say product P from products. So what it basically does is this product will have a lot of different values, right? Or a lot of different products. It will pick up one product at a time and that particular one product will be there in P. Just print it. So take one product and print it. And let's run this code and let's see if it is printing one by one. Yeah, you can see that it is printing one by one now. These are all the items we have. So basically we were able to save the products. We were able to add the products here, right? This number of products. There should be a way to, minimize it. Yes, in this 10 days, we are also going to see examples of Hibernate. Okay, cool. So once we have printed everything, what next? What I want here is, let me just print, not so too. Let me print the line here so that we can divide the output, right? So this is the first output which we got all the products. Next, what I want is I want to get, let's say, a specific product, not all the products, but a specific product. Okay, so let's say out of this, I want to see where is the Logitech mouse. Okay, I want this particular product. It's very simple. What you can do is you can just go back here and say, hey, service. Let me also print what we are printing. So we are printing a particular product. Okay, so you can go back to your service by saying, hey, service, get me a product. Get me a product whose name is, so I will say whose name is Logi mouse. Will this work? What do you think? Will this work? So if I go back to service, we don't have that method, right? So what we can do is we can create a method. So I can say public. Now this time it will return only one product. So I can say public product get product, which will return one product, right? But then it will also take a name, which product I want to fetch. So I can simply say string name, right? But the question is, how will I get that? How will I get that one particular product? What do you think? Okay, so basically from this particular list of products, I want to find one product which name matches with this. So if you want to search, and that's where this searching algorithm comes to picture, right? But will not do that. We'll do a linear search. Okay. So what I will do is I will just go for a for loop, and I want to iterate between all the products. So I can say product P from products. So iterate between all the elements and check if a particular product which we got, get the name of it. So whatever name you get from this list of products, compare with the name which you got here. How do you compare two strings in Java? You do that with the help of equals. So equals, and you will say, okay, not a name, but a name. Right? And if you find the product, simply return it. Your job is done. Right? Or you can simply return, okay, not inside for loop. If you don't find anything, return null. Of course, not a good way, but then yeah, just to get getting rid of the error, we can say return null. Otherwise, you can return the empty object if you want. Does it make sense? Okay. And then you can see get product, there is no error. And of course, it is returning a product. So I will simply say product P is equal to this. And then here we can print the product. Let's see if this works. Let's run. And you can see we are searching for a Logitech mouse. This is the output which we got here because of this. In fact, you know what we can do? We can comment this section which we don't want now. Let's run once again. And you can see this is what we wanted. We want a Logitech mouse. Okay. And yeah. Now you will be thinking, in the code, we have to mention Logitech mouse. What if you want to ask the user? Yes, you can do that. You can take the input from the user. And if you don't want console, you can build this as a web application. That's your choice, right? Okay, we got people watching this from Mexico. That's great. Welcome. I'm very bad with name pronunciation. I don't even want to try this, but yeah. Welcome to the channel. What's the time here? I mean, in Mexico. Okay, so this makes sense, right? Now what we'll do is we'll take a small break, okay? And in this break, basically, I will show you the number of ports. Or in fact, I will show you the post later. So let's take a break. Let's take a 3 minutes break. and we'll do something more. Now, what we're going to do after this is we are searching for a particular product, right? But what if I want to know in that particular drawer, what are the things I have? Yeah. And what if I want to search based on a particular text? Let's say I want to search everything in my office which are black. So I got a black table, I got a black beast, I got a Java black book. So I want to search all the products. Doesn't matter is it the name, type, or place, something with black. So we'll do that after the break. Okay, so don't go anywhere. This is just a small break and see you after the break. But make sure before you go for the break, hit that like button so that I will get motivated to come live every day this 10 days. Okay, in fact, in the afternoon, from the morning itself, I was not feeling that good, but I thought it's a challenge. Let's take it. And now I'm feeling better. Just before the session, 1 hour before the session, I had my dinner and now I'm all good. Okay, so come on, motivate me to go live every day. So cool. So let's take a break. See you in next 3 minutes. Okay, so welcome back from the break. I hope you enjoyed your break. Cool. Okay, what do you think Java GUI desktop applications are good to learn instead of referring to web development? No, don't go for desktop development. The thing is, nowadays we don't do that, right? We don't work on the desktops. Okay, cool. In fact, I wanted to show you the website as well. So tomorrow there's an update The moment we launched this course, we got so many queries. Before this course updated, this was just a Java course, the live course which we wanted to launch. But unfortunately or fortunately, I got so many requests that they also want to learn Spring Boot, and they wanted me to launch a new course for Java and Spring Boot. I thought, let me upgrade. Okay, so we have upgraded the course from Java to Spring Boot, and people who already enrolled for Java by paying the half of the price, they got the upgrades because they were early birds. And after that, also a lot of people have different questions. And for that, what we are doing is tomorrow, there is a session at 10 a.m. So if you can see, if you go to the link in description, so tomorrow at 10 a.m. IST, we have a live session for the counseling session. It is not on YouTube. It will be on the platform. Okay, so if you want to understand the future of Java and what you will get this from this course, what's advantage of learning Spring Boot, you can attend this counseling session. And yeah, so this will be at 10 a.m. So how do you get that? So it's very simple. If you go to the page, which is there in the description, you can click on the start a free trial. You will get the access to this session. Okay, for this session, there is no payment. It's free. It's to solve all the questions we have, because my team got tired of the technical questions, and I thought, let me do it. Let me handle the technical questions. So that's the update. Let's get back to the code. Okay, so what we wanted now is searching with a particular place, let's say. Okay. In fact, that will be your assignment. Okay, that's your first assignment thing which you do. In fact, in the chat as well, someone suggested one more thing. So there are two things which you have to do as assignment for this particular project, which is, what if someone wants to search based on the place? Let's say I want to find all the things at this particular place. Let's say on a white table, I want to know all the things. I want to know all the things which are there in the drawer. So that's your assignment. First one. The second assignment question you have is, I want to see what are the products which are out of warranty. Example, all the products which are which has an older date. If you can see, we got 2022 here, 22 done, 2020. All this warranty is completed, right? So I can't get it solved now or repaired from the company for free, right? So I want to know all the things which are out of warranty. So these are the two assignment questions at this point. I will mention that at the end of the session as well, but two assignment questions. One, find all the products in a particular place, and find all the products in which are out of warranty. Cool. Okay. Now what next we want to do is, we want to search for a particular name. Example, the moment I type black, so it should say black based, it should show black book, it should show Vivo book. Oh, sorry, I'm searching for black, right? So it's black based, black book, black table, anything which is there on the black table. So it should print all the black stuff. So how do we do that? So basically I'm searching with the text, right? So I just want this line, copy and paste. And we are searching for, a particular product. No, we are searching for a particular text. And next I will say, okay, so when I say, give me all the products which has black in it. So will I get one product, or will I get list of products? Of course, right, list of products. So I will say list of product, that's what I will get. And I will say this is prods. I will get all the prods. And I will say, hey service, get products with text. And I will mention the text here. So text is what? I want to search based on a word like black. Okay. Okay, but unfortunately we don't have this this word, right? So what do you think? What can be done here? Okay, I can give some. Yeah, good job. So there's the option of substring. We can do that. Uh, yeah, we can convert that into uppercase and lowercase. Okay, we'll do that. So what I will do is, I don't have that method. So let me click here. In fact, you can also click here. You can say create method get product with text. And you can see we got the method here. But at this point, the method is not doing anything. So basically, I want a list of products here because that's what I want to return. So I'll say products equal to new add a list. Okay. And at the end, I want to return this, return products. Okay. So let's run this and let's see what happens. Of course, I want to print all the values. So I will just use this for loop, which is already mentioned here. Okay, it's not copied. Copy, paste. Okay, this is not copy pasting, right? This is code reuse, what we say. From prods. Yeah, prods. Okay, so basically, let me just name this as a product. Because we're already using P somewhere. We are using P here. In fact, you know what we can do? We can also actually comment the entire section here so that we can focus only on with a product with a text. Okay, so will this work? Let's try. If I run this code, of course, you will not get any data here. You know why we got empty is because the list is empty. We want to update this list from all the products we have. So we got all the products here. From that product, I want to fetch few products. In fact, you know, I will just name this as prods here so that we can have different names, prods. Okay. So let's add here, but how will you add? Of course, we want to use a for loop here because we want to iterate, right? So what I can do is I can use a for loop and I want to iterate between the products. So I can say product P is equal to products. So I want to iterate between all the products and find and add only those products in this list which has a black in it. It can be with a black in our name, black in a type, black in the place, right? So how do we do that? So it's very simple. You can simply use a if condition here and you can say p dot get name. Do we have, how do you do it? Can I use substring? That's one option. Or if you talk about a string, it also has one more method called contains. You can see that we got contains. Because we don't want a string. We just want to check if the text is there. If it contains the word, okay, why it is black here? It should be text, whatever text you're searching. If that text is here, or check in the place. So I will say get, or maybe type, check in the type. Does type contains this text? Or does my place contains this text? Contains the text. So basically I'm checking everywhere. I'm checking in the name, I'm checking in the type, I'm checking in the place as well, right? If it is there, I will add this particular product in the prods. So prods.add P. And of course you might have to rewatch this session, try it by yourself because when you're just watching on the go, it's difficult to remember everything, right? So yeah, before we go ahead, hit that like button, everyone. Come on, sometimes you have to keep YouTube happy. You know, how YouTube promotes the video. They basically see the number of likes, they see the engagement, they see the comments. So do that. Make YouTube happy. YouTube will make me happy, and that's how it works. That's how the ecosystem works. Okay, products. Why? Okay, okay. There's a equal to here. There should be a colon. My bad. Okay, cool. I think this should work now. Let's see if this works. I will just go back to my main, or I can just stay here, run. Okay, still not working. I think the problem is when you say black, exactly this text black, and if you see the products, we don't have any black with small b. you can see all our capital B block, B here. Okay, that will not work. So what we can do is we can actually convert this into a lowercase. So whatever text we are getting, I will simply say string str. And so if you want to compare two strings, it's always better to have in a lowercase. So I will say text dot to lowercase. So, and then don't compare with text, compare with string, because that's a lowercase. And not just this, you have to also convert this get name, I mean, whatever name you get here, whatever type you get here, also into lower text. So what you can do is you can create some local variables here for the name. In fact, not here, inside the loop, because the value will change every time. So I can say string name, and this name will be p.getName. And then we want a lowercase of it. So dot to lowercase. That's how you compare basically. Then we got string type is equal to p.get type to lowercase. And again, string place is equal to p.get place dot to lowercase. And now instead of comparing with the data which you get from the product, just compare with the variables, which are already converted into a lowercase. You got the point, right? What is happening here and how do you solve that? Yeah, so basically you have to convert it into a lowercase or uppercase. It should be common case. Let's see if this works now. Yep, it worked. Can you see that we got all the products which has something black? You can see the place is black drawer. Here it's also black table. YCOM is in black drawer. Logitech keyboard is in black table. HDMI cable is in black drawer. Java black book. Then we got black table, black drawer, and black best. Whew. It worked. Is this simple? So we are going to enhance this product more in terms of connecting to a database, in terms of connecting to making this as a web application. And then the way we have built this product, we don't have to change much. Okay. And this class will be used as it is. You will see that once we start doing this. Okay, what else we can do here? So assignments for you. Let me just write down the assignments on my iPad so that you will remember the assignments. And before I give the assignments, let me show you the type of work people have did. Okay, so I'm sharing something. This is the work. I have took this screenshot of it and made a small video so that you can see the type of work people have done on LinkedIn and on YouTube. They have practiced it and they are sharing with the world. And it is helpful, right? The more you post on LinkedIn, the technical stuff and good stuff, you will get more connections and you will build your credibility. Okay, so you have seen the assignments, right? And it's crazy. So from the morning, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just checking the assignments and giving it to my team for verification, for reading, and all those things. And I enjoyed it. So good job, everyone. And it's time for the assignments time. Okay, and we'll convert the entire project, as I mentioned, into web project having databases. And I will tell you the assignment first. The first assignment, let me just write it somewhere. Okay, not sharing my iPad. Okay, so assignment, the first one, you have to search by place. Okay, that's one. Next is, okay, what are the next thing? You have to search by warranty. Search products out of warranty. Okay, and sorry if okay, I can see one of the comment by saying not mention mine. See, there were a lot of different posts. Okay, so my team was able to get some, and then they created a video. It was very difficult to mention all the posts, and it's not like only the post which is mentioned in the video are in the race. So basically, if you're thinking this is a sprint, the people who will win, they will get the MacBook. Now, this is not a simple sprint. This is a marathon, okay? And I've seen in the marathon, you have to start slow, but you have to be consistent. Okay, so if you're excited for 1 day or 2 days, it will not work. So you have to be consistent throughout these 10 days. Okay, so the first assignment is search by place. Second is search product out of warranty. Next, you need to implement a stream API here. Okay, so if you see the thing which we have done here, let me show you that once again. The thing which we have done here, searching it with this is basically a normal iteration, right? I want you to convert this into a stream API. Okay, convert this code into stream API. How will you do that? So on my channel, there is a video for stream API. Watch it, you will understand how to use stream API and implement that. So that's your third assignment. So this is the work which you have to complete before the next session. Yeah. And I love to see your post by saying this is all about learning. It's not about MacBook, and that's what we want. Okay. Because see, in your life, if you know something, if you master something, and if you're consistent, you will get thousands of MacBooks. It's not just about one. Okay, it's of no use if you get a MacBook without knowledge. Yeah. And I have learned that in a hard way. So basically, in my entire career, I've never focused on how much money I earn, how many gadgets I have, which car I drive. It's more about what I'm learning every day. If I don't learn something every day, I feel I'm not done enough. Okay, so do that. Okay, focus on learning, not on the things. Cool. And yeah, if you want to know about the course, please join tomorrow at 10 a.m. You will find the link in description. So do this enrollment, which is, get the account on the Telusko.com or courses.telusko.com and start a free trial. Okay, it's not, you don't have to pay for the consultancy about the Java things and stuff. Okay, so when I mentioned I was not feeling well, basically, if you observe, I have not mentioned this before because if I could have mentioned this before in the entire session, you could have focused only on my eye, but this is a red eye here. Okay, it has a name. I forgot the name, a scientific name, but I got a red eye and it was troubling from last night. Maybe because of excessive use of computers, I should take rest. And yeah, so that was troubling me from yesterday night. But yeah, now I'm all good. That's right. So get a place, get a job, a good job, and MacBook is something you will get from a company as well. So do that. when this project was started in this video itself, in this particular session, we started building this project. Yeah, that's what you call it. Conjunctivitis. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. My wife was using that word. I'm very bad with all these names. Yes, I will share this project. In fact, I will try to do that today itself. I will try to push this project on GitHub and we'll share the link in the description so that you can try it out. Yes, you can also use Python language. So Java, Python, and JavaScript. This three is allowed. Where can we rewatch these sessions? On the same channel. Once the live gets over, this will be available. Is this video available on YouTube? Yes. Please make one video on connecting MySQL with Swing. No one is using Swing nowadays. In fact, I started my career with Swing. I was a Swing developer, but there's no one is using that nowadays. Can you create a video on Tower of Hanoi? Okay, I will try. Okay, Abhishek says, you are funny like when you mentioned there is a John Cena method in this Java super method. Yeah. Sometimes you have to make some fun. Oh, thank you so much, Prakash. Okay, watch 7-hour Java course. It's very interesting. Renuko should also try the 12-hour Java video, which is new one. I watched your videos of Swing for my exams. Yeah, I was a Swing developer, so I made those videos. Yes, day one is also available. So we have created a playlist, right? So if you can go to the channel, there's a playlist which is 10-day challenge. Harsh, if you can share the playlist link in the chat. They still teach Swing at my university. Yeah, it will take time for them to upgrade. I couldn't upload the first assignment. Can I upload my first and second assignment? Yeah, yes, you can. You can. See, as I mentioned, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon, right? So you have to be consistent. Okay, so if you enjoyed today's session, please hit that like button because yeah, that's what motivates me to do this type of sessions more. And yeah. And do let your friends know about this challenge, not for Macbook, but for learning something new, right? And let me know if this session where we created a small project was helpful, and how to think about something, how to use the features which you have learned in Java. Is this challenge applicable only for freshers? No, anyone can be a part of it. Oh, thank you so much, Abhishek. Thank you so much. GitHub link. Yeah, I will share that. I will share that. You will find that link in the description after some time. Okay, show Harsh to us. Harsh, एक बार आ जा यार यहाँ पे एक बार. People are waiting for you. Can I join this course? Yes, you can. So Harsh is here.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, so you can say hi to Harsh. So his office timing is 10 to 7, but for next 10 days he will be here till what, 11? He has no life. I said no wife. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. See you tomorrow, and we'll have some fun. We'll try to convert the same project into a web project or with a database. Let's see how it goes. Thank you so much. Bye bye. And if you want to join tomorrow, check out the course link and sign up on the platform for free. Start a free trial for free. Attend the sessions, and if you have any questions, let me know in the session. Okay, so bye bye. Thank you so much.